All right, well, we're joined now by our next guest, Mr. İlkan Dalkuç. He's platform director of Daktilo in 1984. Sir, a pleasure to have you this morning. Thanks for joining us. All right, so the local elections are coming up. Erdogan, obviously, still in power, holding power, but things can be shaken up. The opposition now has a chance in the local elections. Tell us, where do the two sides diverge most?
First of all, it's a local election, and we will have Erdogan will be still in power for the next 3 or 4 years. We must settle that. But aside from that, we have a serious election basically in Istanbul, because if in Istanbul opposition is still have a great chance to win again. And as you know that Istanbul is the mainstay of Turkey. Istanbul is the economical and financial capital of Turkey. When you are controlling Istanbul, you are controlling significant financial assets, and controlling Istanbul gives the opposition a significant chance to somehow resist the overwhelming force of the Turkish government. And in the end, winning in Istanbul will make a significant resistance point to the opposition, and it may change it may change the political morale and political atmosphere of the opposition, because as we all know that since the great loss of Turkish opposition in the last year's election, Turkish opposition is nearly lost its edge, lost its steam, lost its power. But this local elections may boost Turkish opposition. I can summarize in that context. Other than Istanbul, there are just local changes. They won't make any significant. They won't nearly shift our Turkish political balance significantly. But the elections in Istanbul may affect, and the difference and the winning margin between the parties in Istanbul will affect the Turkish opposition's morale, and the Turkish people's attendance, and Turkish people's.
I wonder. I wonder. Here, there's
Sorry.
also the big figure, of course, is Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu.
Yes.
Now, I wonder, where is he attacking Erdogan? On what fronts are the opposition attacking Erdogan's government?
Erdogan's government is a long-running government, and as we all know, that is getting more and more authoritarian, and Turkey is facing some significant economical challenges. Ekrem İmamoğlu, the leading candidate and the running candidate of the opposition, is actually focusing on that issue, and and uh, and Tayyip Erdoğan, current Turkish president, cannot actually nominate a independent figure to this position, to this mayor position, and as a result of that, Ekrem İmamoğlu is basically facing an Erdoğan. But but there is a more significant issue. There is a more I can say there is a more tricky issue in Turkish opposition, because Turkish opposition consists three main elements. One element is Kurdish element. The other element is nationalistic voters, and the other element is leftist voters. The current mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu represents leftist voters, CHP. The Kurdish voters are not directly supporting Ekrem İmamoğlu as the last election, and the nationalist voters are also have their own candidates. But even if those parties have their own candidates, their base, actually peoples, are independently voting the the real rival to Erdogan, İmamoğlu. They choose to vote
And we cannot
independently.
forget the fact that Istanbul holds special importance for President Erdogan, now due to also his formative years as its mayor. So his legacy, we see that it is intertwined within the city and its outcome significantly impacts his political standing. Well, thank you so much, İlkan Dalkuç, for joining us today and shedding light into that situation.
Thank you very much, sir.
Always good to be here.